Thank you, guys. So, you guys ready to hear something that's better than Google Wallet? It's better than ISIS? Better than what I just saw PayPal come out with last week in Toronto. They announced another version of the wallet that allows them to do pre-ordering at restaurants and mobile payments. Well, we have what we believe is the next generation. At first glance, it does look like a wallet, but it's much, much more. I think one of the reasons why mobile wallets haven't gotten a lot of traction yet is because there's just a lot more that goes into a wallet. I mean, I put my health cards in my wallet, I put my insurance card, I have a couple of coupon clippings. Yes, I even clip a few coupons, and even a few blank checks. So when I have a wallet that's available to me that only has a few credit cards or a debit card or even a stored value card, it's just not compelling enough for me to sign up, adopt, and start using. I think another reason why some wallets are having a hard time getting traction is because everybody's focusing on that small slice of the transaction pie. I mean, the whole transaction market is probably somewhere between 3 and 500 trillion, depending on how you calculate it. But almost everybody and their mother is focusing on that small little sliver at point of sale retail. I mean, it represents about 6% of the total transactions. And that focus is in an area where I personally don't even think payments are that broken. I think payments work just fine at retail point of sale. I can take my card out, I can swipe it, I can tap it, I can do anything, the transaction goes through, I get whatever I'm buying, and it's done. So when we sat down to design our mobile solution, we said, you know what? Focusing on the payment is just not enough. We got to create something that's going to solve problems. So about 18 months ago, we kind of set ourselves on a journey to start looking at several different vertical industries and taking a look at all the problems to see first if we could find some problems that cascaded across all the verticals. We learned that, you know what, every vertical is unique. Every vertical has something that is very unique to just that specific type of solution. So we developed a platform, again, a global mobile business platform that could actually reconnect the points at a lot of different areas. So when we built this platform, we kind of took 4 principles and we integrated it throughout the platform. The first one was no infrastructure. With all the great cloud technology out there, with all the power that's in the mobile handsets, there's really no need for infrastructure like hardware at point of sale. It can be easily managed through software integration into existing systems. All the various things that could trigger a transaction could happen through the phone. And even all the other things that some people don't realize but are still very important, like triggering one-to-one marketing, information, push notifications, stuff like that, that all can be done via the cloud and all the power that's currently in your mobile smartphones. The next principle that we built into the platform was simplicity and security. Now, we put those together. Normally those are an oxymoron for most people, but we have basically built a fortress around our proprietary cloud. We have 4 layers of security, SSL, PKI. We have this extraordinary encryption scrambling technology. We've even have a couple of patents, one of them on clone defense, which if someone clones a phone all the way down to the SIM card, exactly the same phone, we can detect it on our system and stop that transaction from happening before it goes through. And I think that was one of the reasons why in Asia, when we first got started about 18 months ago, First Data did this analysis on, I think, over 150 different global startups. They picked us. One of the main reasons why they picked us to exclusively sell our platform in all of Asia was because of the security aspects of our technology. They think it's best in class. Third principle, consistency. Doesn't matter whether you're in Indonesia, in the States, in the UK, in South Africa, the user experience is always the same to complete a transaction with us. And finally, value-added solutions. This goes back to creating all of these solutions that solve problems. Again, not compelling enough to provide a wallet. You got to solve some problems when you put a mobile app into the marketplace. You got to make it compelling for both the merchant and the consumer to use. These are the value-added solutions that we've created over the last 18 months. And they're all a little bit different. To give you some examples of some of our implementations, for bill pay, one of the largest bill pay and presentment companies has standardized on our platform. They're not only using it for their own invoicing to their almost 1 million customers, but they have another 800,000 customers that they actually do bill pay and presentment for. Our technology is going to be the underlying pinning for all their mobile payments. Supermarkets in Indonesia, the largest retailer in all the country, has contracted with us. They have over 5 million customers that are on a voucher and stored value program. They're going to be utilizing our technology not only to save them money to get them off the voucher and plastic, but also to offer more unique and more one-to-one marketing so they can expand and sell more stuff through our platform, and again, to reduce costs. Stadiums. I was just in a rugby stadium last weekend. Amazing sport. I never saw a rugby game before, but it's like 80,000 screaming fans. They're using ZNAP there to pre-order their beverages and walk straight up to the line and bypass all the 20, 30 people deep to fetch all of their beverages. We'll expand that to 15 more rugby and soccer stadiums and expand it out into the seat stadium so you can actually be served in your seat. So lots of different various implementations that we're already moving forward with. Insurance is another one. When you talk about places where there are some broken things, you think about healthcare, you think about insurance. And this is where we really differentiate ourselves from the rest of the pack, because it's pretty easy to trigger a transaction either through a QR code or an NFC. Not so easy to manage the information logistics, the tracking, the workflow, the reconciliation for someone entering into a hospital situation, going through all the various different services a hospital gives to you, and then reconciling that with your healthcare provider, your insurance company, and all the other players that are involved with that. Those are the type of solutions we're focusing on. And that's what gives us a much, much bigger addressable market as opposed to just focusing on 6% of the transaction marketplace. Pretty simple. This, just to trigger the transaction itself, it's just a QR code. You select your funding source and put in your PIN. Very transparent, but the security built into that handset is multi-factor. It's almost virtually impossible to commit criminal fraud with our mobile solution. It's more secure than chip and PIN, definitely more than swipe, and our flavor of NFC is even better. As you can see right up there, there's 4 different payment channels that are up there. We like the QR code most because it transcends all those different silos for the payment channels. You can put a QR code on a bill, you can put a QR code on an online web ordering system, on a poster out in a train, and again, using the same user experience, you can trigger that transaction or marketing event that you want to achieve. Again, lots of channels that QR code technology can go across. But I want to bring your attention to this purple layer right here. Even though there's a lot of people going after point of sale retail, we think that we still have a better solution. What we've done, at least for that solution set, is we've seamlessly integrated loyalty, the coupons, one-to-one marketing and communication, data analytics, and mobile catalog. We've brought it all into a nice, neat, seamlessly integrated solution on the mobile side. Now, we don't have our own loyalty program. What we've done is built this middle layer that allows us to integrate into whatever loyalty program you have. You could have 2, you could have 3, you could have 4 loyalty programs. We're able to accrue and use points for payment by sitting just on top of the loyalty program that you already are using. We're very, very biller merchants, meaning that it's not just an app and some reporting on the back end. We put the complete power of marketing, program development, communication into the merchant's hand through a very sophisticated but easy to use GUI merchant web station. You can do everything from, say for instance, I admitted that I clip a few coupons. You know what I clip? I clip a Dunkin' Donuts coupon. Because every morning when I'm walking to New York, to the Chrysler building where our offices are, I stop at Dunkin', and I get my coffee and I usually get a bacon, egg, and cheese and croissant. But I always have $1 off. Now I'm going to go into that Dunkin's no matter what. Every morning I'm going to go into it. Now, if that franchise owner knew that I was going to be going into that store every morning, he probably wouldn't want me, with that coupon. But he definitely would want me to go into that store at 4 o'clock when I never ever go. So having all that data analytic capability, knowing what my behavior is, he can actually push a coupon to me through our system to come in at 4 o'clock for a 2-to-1 special. He can even go to the next step and integrate it into his back-end inventory management system, so when he has a rack full of donuts that he knows he's going to have to throw out, it can automatically trigger through rules that he can set into our system to push out a coupon to someone like me. So the power of this platform is not just the front end. The back end is very sophisticated and very powerful for merchants to leverage. We are a global company. I think when we talked about this maybe 2 years ago, we thought we were crazy, but here we are. We're in several countries. We have operations set up. We have anchor clients in most of those countries. A few of them that aren't even listed. We just brought on a large and old venerable insurance company in South Africa. We're ready to open up Canada. We have 108 people on staff. 80 of those are developers. Very, very much a technology company. Yes. Okay. That's close enough. Questions?
Any questions?
Currently, we have $25 million of private equity, and we will be starting another round here come December through Jefferies.
And how many customers do you currently have or currently serve?
We're currently launched in approximately 20 to 21 customers. We have another 10 that we have to bring up over the next 60 days. The pipeline is quite huge, but right now we're focusing on the large scale that will drive adoption and large scale acceptance for us. So we're not doing the coffee shops. We're not doing the onesies and twosies. It's actually just too expensive to integrate in the point of sale at that level. So we're starting off with the larger scale players. We are building a solution though to work it all the way down to the ISO level so the ISO can resell it, but it'll be a complete all-in-one package, no different flavors. It's here's what it is, but that won't come out until Q2 next year. Yeah.
How do you make money?
We make money a couple different models. On the B2B side, especially with bill pay, it's mostly just a small transaction fee that gets tacked on. In point of sale retail, if we are helping a retailer sell stuff that he or she could have not sold before using one of our virtual channels, then we take anywhere from 5 to 15% of the actual ticket price. When we're actually cannibalizing certain transactions, like integrating into their existing point of sale, goes back down to probably a transaction fee We also make some money on redemption of coupons and push notifications. So the model is very flexible depending on how the merchant spends money, whether marketing drives certain programs or whether the treasury drives certain programs from a cost perspective. It's very, very flexible. But
What's your revenue right now?
we just went live a month ago, so I would still consider us pre-revenue, but the numbers are going to start coming in now. Yes?
Yeah, and how do you go about the process of finding the killer app? Because you have technology, but we don't know what is the best solution. You have to come up with yourself. How do you find that process?
Killer app. Yeah, it's very elusive out there. We have a feeling that one of those 14, maybe even two of those 14, are going to become killer apps once we have the right partners on board. Maybe it will be on the B2B space where there is a little bit more sophistication needed in order to deliver the solution. However, if you can come in and actually use our QR code technology and platform to alleviate the friction and some of the massive costs that hospitals are having with their management of their payment system, that easily could become the next big killer app.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.